Well, you know, the first physical skill that everybody seems to be familiar with is a knee kick. And, you know, your legs are 4 or 5 times stronger than your upper body. So we're going to use our legs and demonstrate different physical skills today that are going to help give you an unfair advantage on an attacker. All right? Now, let's go back to our ready position, because this is where we begin everything. And, you know, basically I've got that staggered position. My knees are slightly bent here. And now what I want you to do is just put one hand over the other out about 8 or 10 inches from your body. And we're going to take our knee from our staggered leg, our back leg rather, and we're going to just kick right into the palm of our hand. Okay? Make sure that when you do this, that the support leg here stays flat on the ground. That's the only important thing. And don't lock out the knee, because you can lose your balance. We just want to go like this. And so this serves as a great warm-up for the kids too, and it gets them to start focusing on the motor skill itself. Okay? If you want to go a little faster, you just press down a little harder. Another important thing about a knee kick, if you want to execute it fast, is to stay relaxed until you make contact with your palm. Okay? Do it. 1, 2. Okay. Very good. That's the knee kick exercise. All right. Now, how do we use the knee kick when we're defending ourselves? If I grab Becky, her first move is going to be in, like that, and she's going to go into the target area, which is the groin, or any place around the groin area here. Okay, and just kind of right. Whew. Good, good. Again. All right. That's nice. Now, to make this a more powerful kick, she's going to be pulling in too as she's driving the knee up. So that gives her extra leverage on that. All right?
So I'm being grabbed. I'm going to also use this person, this attacker, for my balance as well. And so when I grab in, it's going to be more effective if I pull his body into the knee versus trying to just hit it or push him back, because then he can deflect some of the power. So I'm pulling him in while I'm doing the knee kick.
One of the things that most self-defense classes omit, and that is, what is my response going to be when I get hit? And so we're going to just talk about that briefly. Anytime you get hit from the bottom of the sternum here up, you're going to kind of move back. Anytime you get hit from the sternum down, you tend to move forward and crouch. Now the reason this is important is because if I grab her and she's going to do a knee kick on me, she's got to be careful when she makes contact. Go ahead, do the knee kick. Boom. The next movement for me is I'm going to move down, and I don't want to headbutt her. So you don't want to receive an unintentional headbutt. So when you do this, you want to make sure that your head is over the side a little bit when you do the knee kick. Okay, do boom, like that. All right?
Okay. Here's one of the pieces of equipment that we use for our class. It's called an airbag, because as we tell the kids, they never beat on each other. But we have equipment that they can smack around all they want. And to hold the airbag, though, for the knee kick, Bill puts his hands through the bottom and his one hand on top, and he rests the airbag on his thigh. And we don't want it in front of his knee because we don't want him to hyperextend the knee going back. And when he takes a hit, when I'm attacking the airbag, he wants to give a little bit so that he just, for one thing, doesn't get stiff and tired, but also that he does not get hurt. And it's important that you make sure that the kids don't ever lean against a wall with an airbag, because when a kid is hitting the airbag, that pressure of the wall is going to hurt him, so he's going to be squished. So we don't want any squished kids. So to practice the knee kick, you have to have your student come up to the airbag and hang on, because this actually is the attacker. And this person's grabbed me, so now I'm hanging on to this person who's attacking. And I just drive the knee into the airbag. At the same time, because I want to pull his body into my knee to make it more effective, make it more painful, I pull the bag down. So I should not move the person who's holding the bag back at all. And it's important that for the kids, you don't ever allow a kid to come back this way and like run and gun and come up. this person who's holding the airbag is in control. They have to make sure that this person walks up to the airbag, hangs on to it before they begin.
Ready? Go ahead. Okay, now, let me just talk briefly about a knee kick. This is a serious offensive technique, a physical skill. If it's worth doing, you need to be thinking, you need to do it 110%. So we told you in the beginning that basically the target zone was the growing area. That's not exactly true. The target area is not to the growing, it's to the top of the head. All right? You need to be thinking through the target and not to the target. All right? Again, you'll only be doing this in circumstances where your life or your health is threatened. So think through the target. Don't kick once. If it's worth kicking once, you need to continue to kick until you get the response